Today I fucked up by trying to buy a single item at Cabela's. So this happened earlier this afternoon. I produced videos and I needed a single 9mm bullet to show for reference in a project I'm working on. I am not a gun owner and I know nothing about guns, which is why I call cartridges bullets instead of cartridges, which I also learned was the correct phrasing today. Anyways, I went to Cabela's because I know they sell guns, and I walk to the gun area and tell one of the employees that I need a 9mm bullet, and he takes me over to the shelves of cartridges. Pack of 25, pack of 50, even a bucket full of bullets. But no single serve package. So I turn to the employee, and I say, I only need one. And he looked at me in silence for quite a while before replying that they don't sell single cartridges. And he said he was uncomfortable selling any cartridges to me at all and denied me service. Even after explaining my reasons, he simply refused. Fine, I get it. But I feel pretty cringy over it. Too long didn't read. I asked if I could buy a single bullet at Cabela's and then they refused to sell me any. Should have just asked for a dummy round and painted it. It's a plastic round that will do literally nothing. Can I get one single bullet please? Sorry, we can't. That's what a suicidal person would ask for. Okay, I'll take a whole bucket of bullets then, please. Now it sounds like you're a mass shooter. Shit. Okay, can I just get, like, box of bullets? Like a normal amount? Oh, a normal amount? That's what a criminal trying to avoid suspicion would ask for. Well, now I know that instead of asking for one to ask for a full cartridge for tomorrow. Better ask for half a cartridge or they might mistake you for a shooter. You sounded suicidal to the employee probably. Who buys a single round? Suicidal people. More than likely it hit something in their training about recognizing signs of suicide. That's like going into the hardware store and asking to buy 8 feet of rope from the 25-foot package and a wobbly stool. He was covering his ass. Today I fucked up by cleaning the house I've been letting my sister stay in. I own a small little 1BD 1-bath house that I stay for a week on and a week off depending on circumstances, and I let my sis stay there on the condition to keep things in order and pay the utilities, and I won't make her pay rent. The house is paid for, so her rent is technically keeping up with electric and the internet bill. I cover water, the gas bill and the insurance. She has her phone and car that she pays for too. She's been amazing and respectful when it comes to keeping my yard tidy and the place picked up, even going as far as doing mild repairs. She's only 19, but I'm so frickin' proud of her, of how she's handling the responsibilities of home maintenance, that I think when she finishes up her schooling I'm going to ask if she would like to buy the house. She's hinted at wanting to stay at this location permanently for a while. So during my absence her boyfriend broke up with her. When I came back she was still in the pajamas I left her in. She said that night she cooked him dinner, and when he came over they got into a fight and ended things. There were 2 glasses of wine still on the table, half full. Flies were dead in it. This has been here for a week, I thought. And honestly, the overall mess wasn't so bad aside from her depression nest over in the living room. Thought maybe she picked up a bit after the fight before melting into the couch. You would figure. I come back and we talked about some things. Told her she needed a bath and to clean herself up a bit, and I'll help clean up her area. While she's in the shower I dump some dishes into the sink, and that's when I see it, a big pot of something. I've been gone a whole week. The only AC unit we have is the 2 window units we have in a bedroom and living room, so whatever the hell is in there has been sitting there in a 70-degree kitchen. I opened that bad boy up and the fermented smell of rotting fettuccine chicken Alfredo hit me like a ton of bricks. Don't even fucking know how there was so much liquid resting on top when the rest was so hard at the bottom. It's like pouring some water into a bottle with oil. The separation of particles is what I can best describe it as. Same color too. The parmesan that was sprinkled on top was turning green and I was seeing black from almost passing out. I threw the whole pot away. There was no amount of soap that could cleanse my mind from knowing what was in there. Afterwards we talked about what was going on. I told her she can't give up every time someone breaks her heart. She said there's nothing wrong feeling sad and taking time to get over things. I showed her the monstrosity she created during her moping session, explained there's nothing wrong with grieving, but part of growing up is knowing how to multitask. I joked and said I'm pro at crying while running the Hoover and it's a win-win BC, no one will hear you. I hope she understands, though she seemed like she did. Too long didn't read, sister got dumped, decided to let Alfredo chicken ferment in a pan at room temperature for a week for me to discover. Upvote for not posting a sexual today I fucked up involving your sister. Now I just read the one where he thought he got his sister pregnant. BC he had a wet dream and wow. No one will hear you crying if you're running a vacuum. I'm saving that. This was wholesome, op. I joked and said I'm pro at crying while running the Hoover and it's a win-win. BC no one will hear you. I've had times where my wife and I had a fight and I took out my anger with vacuuming and general cleaning. It's a good way to blow off steam while being productive and keeping distance from the person you're fighting with. I verbally shut down when I'm angry, partly because my father used to say hurtful things when he was angry and I don't want to repeat that pattern. Better to be silent until I'm calmed down than to say something out of anger that I don't really mean. I'm just hoping that my wife doesn't see the pattern and instigate fights just to get the house clean. Oh bless her. At 19 breakups are the end of the world. I'm sure she will be fine, especially with a sibling as awesome as you looking after her. But yikes, I'm glad I wasn't the one to handle that smell. It's really wonderful to read a today I fucked up where people are being nice and helping each other. Today I fucked up by giving my 10-year blazing chicken wings. Took the family out to dinner at BWW and had 3 orders of wings. 1 small boneless order with honey barbecue sauce, 1 large order of traditional wings, and 1 small order of blazing, the hottest they have, traditional wings. When the order come out, the first plate was boneless wings, so I handed them to my kid. Next was the big order, and finally another small order of boneless barbecue wings. After a bit of confusion, I checked the first plate and discovered the blazing wings were boneless instead of traditional. My son was in the middle of devouring one when we realized the mistake. It was awful. After several moments of dread, the heat kicked in and ruined him. He cried a lot. Worst part is, round 2 will come tomorrow, and it will cause a whole different kind of pain. Update, the wing worked its magic quickly, and he experienced the ring of fire overnight, but didn't mention anything. It wasn't until hours later, after Tums and several jokes about the imminent fire poop, courtesy of his older brother, that he mentioned it was a done deal. TL doctor gave my kid the wrong food and he wound up eating a really spicy chicken wing. Homie's booty hole boot to be on all sorts of fire. I'm about to head out. A year ago we went out for Thai food with my best friend and their at the time 2-year-old daughter. Myself, BFF's wife and another friend like our food to be spicy, like ghost peppers, 1 chip challenge, make me cry spicy. All of a sudden the daughter starts crying uncontrollably, which is weird because she loves food and that doesn't happen when she's eating. Turns out she grabbed something from her mom's plate thinking it was normal and it was actually some molten lava feeling dish. When we all realized, we were horrified. Until baby calmed down a few minutes later and demanded we give her more. Of course in the car home I taught her to yell fire poops over and over. My son helped cooking when he was 3, slicing up veggies. Without me noticing, he started with slicing chili peppers, not regular ones, but very hot ones. As soon as he was done he resumed playing. 5 minutes later he came to me saying his eyes were kinda stingy. Rubbed his face with his hands and started screaming. I had to cover his little face in yogurt the whole evening to comfort the pain. He now eats spicy food without batting an eye. Sadly, this is because of nerve damage. It's good practice for when he gets older. I used to feed my little brothers ultra spicy food when they were kids and they thank me for it now. They can tolerate extreme heat and a little bit of me smiles when they say that. I'm not sure whether to say if you're a good or bad sibling. Sounds like something I would do to a younger sibling, lol.